electric vehicles, and the first thing anybody says is range anxiety. On this edition of Test Drive, we take a look at the Kia Soul EV. Now, this could be the shot in the arm the electrified world has been waiting for. The differences between the regular Soul and its electric counterpart are very subtle. The biggest outward change is the grille. The charging point is housed behind a door integrated into the finished panel. That and the paint scheme, well, that's about it. One of the key improvements to this Kia Soul EV is its battery. It's 30% better than the one it replaces, and according to Kia, it's 47% better than the Nissan Leafs. Now, the good news is you can recharge it from empty to full in 4 hours and 20 minutes if you've got a 220-volt outlet. If you don't, you have this option, a 110-volt charger, but it bumps, as with all other electric cars, the time to recharge to around 24 hours. The really good news, when there's finally a fast charge infrastructure in place, you'll be able to put an 80% charge into this Soul EV in about 25 minutes. The Soul EV's powertrain consists of an electric motor with a single-speed transmission and the power electronics that oversees everything. The electric motor and electronics sit up front in the engine bay, while the 360-volt, 27-kilowatt-hour lithium-ion polymer battery is housed in the middle of the car beneath the floor. The placement keeps the centre of gravity low, which is good for handling, and it protects the battery in the event of a crash. This aspect is underscored by the addition of extra ultra-high-strength steel around the battery pack. It ups the body stiffness by 5.9%. There really isn't a whole pile to give away the fact that this is an electric vehicle. Obviously, the instrumentation changes and the navigation has got a few extra features. There are two other features I did like. First of all, there's a button here that allows you to heat only the driver's zone. You're not wasting energy heating empty seats. The second thing is a heat pump. Now, it's far more efficient than a regular heater. Both of those moves extend the driving range, which helps to eliminate range anxiety. The liquid-cooled electric motor puts out 109 horsepower and 210 pound-feet of torque, which equates to surprisingly spry performance. During the test, I clocked the run from rest to 100 kilometers an hour in 14.4 seconds, which is over 4 seconds faster than the Nissan Leaf. When it comes to compromises, there are virtually none. Certainly the rear seat riders lose a little bit of toe space under the front seats, but that's about it. You still have 532 litres of cargo space, you still have a privacy cover, and below the floor, you got the spot for your 110-volt charger. It all comes together remarkably well. All the extra weight the EV is carrying does not impinge on the driving characteristics. With the steering set in sport mode, it felt as crisp and responsive as the regular Soul. The one area that does need to be revisited is the choice of super low rolling resistance tyres. They may give adequate grip in warm weather, but the instant it cools off, well, they're for the birds. The Kia Soul EV sets a new benchmark at the affordable end of the electric car spectrum. The range, at 160 kilometres, is longer than any of its peers and by enough to make a big difference. Of course, the fact that it rides and drives exactly like its gasoline-powered sibling is good for the end user and good for the environment.